Two.
Okay. Hello, Tara. My name is Ray. I'm here. I'm one of the social workers here. It's nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too.
Thank you for filling out the information that I emailed to you. Thanks for filling out that intake form and the confidentiality. Before we get started, can I go over that confidentiality with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I wanted to thank you. I wanted to make sure you understood, just kind of clarify what we talk about here is between me and you, except for just a few things.
Okay.
And so if I see that you are unable to care for yourself, like for gravely disabled, I will have to report that. I want to make sure you can take care of yourself. So
Okay.
that's one of them. And then if you make comments, kind of have thoughts about harming yourself or others, I will need to report that.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So my job here, I just want to make sure everybody's safe, but I'm also here for you. So I wanted to make sure that that I clarified the confidentiality. Do you have any questions about that?
N no, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So thank you for filling out the paperwork. I will be writing some notes down. First off, I'm proud of you for setting up an appointment and prioritizing yourself. So
Thank
first
you.
off, kudos to you. Good job.
Thanks.
And then tell me how you're feeling today, and then kind of in your own words, why you're here today.
Okay, yeah, sure. So recently, and today, I've been feeling really overwhelmed and had a lot of anxiety, as far as
Okay.
kind of like doing too much, and having time for school and family and work. So I've been like taking on a lot of extra activities, and being a part of clubs and groups and stuff like that that I really like care about and really want to be a part of. But I'm realizing it's leaving me with no time to like really focus on school, my family, or like being fully aware of. And so I'm kind of struggling with that kind of stuff.
Okay, so kind of a little bit of anxiety and it sounds like overwhelmed. It sounds like you have a lot going on. So you are in school and you work and you have a family.
Right.
That right? That is a lot. Okay. And then you like to involve yourself in clubs when you think you kind of can handle it.
Yeah, I always think I can handle it, and then when it comes down to balancing everything, there's always something that's going on the back burner, and it's usually family or school, and they have to be different priorities for me. So that's kind of where
Yeah.
I'm at and why I came in.
Okay, so it sounds like your family is very important to you,
Hmm.
prioritizing that,
Yeah,
and also school.
yeah.
Yeah, making time for that. Okay. How long do you think this has kind of been going on? Kind of just finding struggles, balancing everything? Has this kind
Um,
of always been a history of struggle or kind of just recent?
I noticed that I felt some of these similar feelings when I was at the community college. And they were present, and they all kind of everything kind of started when I threw in adding school to the mix. But also I noticed that when I transferred to finish my bachelor's degree, it just seems like a lot more, it just like it feels like a lot more work, and I want to be a part of things and have opportunities. And so I kind of like dive into everything, and I'm just realizing it's not really that sustainable. So
Yeah. Well, good job for being in school and working on your bachelor's. That's a lot of work. So it sounds like to me your values is family. We talked about that.
yeah, number one. Yeah.
Yeah. For one is family. And it seems like you're very caring, wanting
Hmm.
to get your hands kind of into everything. Would you
Yeah.
agree with that?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah. What would That's accurate. Okay. What would you
Yeah.
say would be another value?
I think that one of the most, like, another one would be probably related to like my duty and like my sense of like the need to take care of like not only my family but other people, and I constantly forget to take care of myself. So
Yeah, you have a lot going on, and it sounds like you are very caring, wanting to take care of your family and other people and other things you can get your hands on. So it sounds like we have lots of things to work on. We need to get you to take care of you. So
mhm.
let's figure out how we can do this together.
Right.
Um, in our short time today, I'm going to kind of throw a lot at you.
Okay.
You are very busy. When you're here with me, I want to make your time, I want to make it worth it. Okay,
Okay.
so I want to get as much as we can in today. So I'm going to shift a little bit and kind of do what's called a pros and con matrix. So I am going to put you to work. I'm going to
Okay.
ask you some questions. So when it comes to balancing everything, what do you think are some advantages of just not changing, like just continuing how things are? What do you
Um,
think are
I
some
I think
advantages?
that the best thing that I can think of that about not changing is essentially not having to do anything about it. Not having to put myself out there or think about a change. Another advantage would be that I just am in the mix of everything, kind of how I like it, but like I said, not really. That's the only advantage I can probably think of on that one.
Yeah, not sustainable right now. You got
Yeah.
to take care of yourself. Sustainable. Yeah, so not putting yourself out there. Okay. What do you think are some disadvantages of not changing to just continue to take extra things on and you got more school load and you have your family that's very important to you?
Hmm. I think that a disadvantage of not changing would definitely be like an increase in my stress. It would be like continuously putting the things that I should be prioritizing on the back burner. And losing out on a lot of like valuable time. I have a small child and a teenager, and time goes by fast, and I feel like I'm missing out on a lot because I'm not able to prioritize my family in that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, they just grow up so fast, don't they?
Mhm.
They do. So we definitely want to work on increasing the stress and kind of prioritizing, not putting some things on the back burner that needs to be prioritized. Yeah, and that valuable family time, like you said, that's one of your values is your family. So let's shift to change. What would be a disadvantage of changing?
Um, Probably maybe feeling like I'm letting other people down by not being a part of their groups and stuff like that. Um, yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the reason why I hold on to things is like because I don't want to let somebody down. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that is hard to not want to let other people down, but also you have to take care of yourself and the family that you have. So they need to come first, huh?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah.
we'll work on, yeah. What do you think are some advantages of changing?
Oh man. Uh, Probably like not as much stress. Um, probably drastically reduce my stress and anxiety. I would have more time to focus on my family and have more time for schoolwork and prioritizing those things. Um, and then it kind of gives me a clear view of like, if I do have time for something extra, then I can do it. But it would help me gauge kind of. So I think that being able to change would be a huge advantage at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions, and
Mhm.
on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to kind of do like a little ruler here.
Okay.
Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, so one being it is not like one being none and 10 being the most. How important is it for you to make some changes?
Hmm. I feel like for me and where I'm at this point and how far I've let it go, it's a nine at least, maybe even a 10,
Okay.
how
Nine,
important it is.
unimportance. Okay. So why not like a 7 or 8?
Well, this is my third year in college, so this has been an ongoing thing. And instead of seeing it improve, I'm seeing it get dramatically worse. So that kind of brings the urgency up, and I'm just like I said, the time is flying by fast with my kids, and I'm just noticing every day that passes that I miss something that it's like, I need to figure out how to fix this. So that's kind of why it's super important.
9 or 10. Okay. And then what is your confidence in getting these changes under control?
Um, this isn't the first time I've tried to figure it out, but this I've always tried to do it kind of like on my own. So I feel like I'm at probably a 7 or an 8 as far as confidence goes. Because it's like I said, it's time. And I'm feeling ready, and I feel like with this additional support of like laying everything out kind of would help me. So
Okay.
I would say
So
a 7.
a 7 in
Hmm.
confidence. Okay. So that's good that you didn't do like a 4 or a
Hmm.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. Feeling, so you're feeling confident. Okay. And then last one, what about readiness? How ready are you to make some changes?
Well, I'm feeling pretty ready. Like I reached out, and I know it'll probably be a long road, but I'm feeling pretty ready. So if I were to rate that on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's probably about a 9 as well.
9. Okay. Okay. So 9. That's nine's pretty ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some baby steps that I can help you with? You can kind of hold yourself accountable
Hmm.
on setting some baby steps, kind of some goals. What's some things that you could do? We have the holidays coming up,
Hmm.
the school break. What are some things that you can do to kind of make some small changes in prioritizing yourself and your family?
I think one of the biggest things, and that like I feel like might be the one of the hardest for me, would be to kind of like consider which activities that I'm participating in to let go of.
Yeah.
I've kind of come to this realization that those things are always going to be there, and maybe later on down the road might be a better time for me to do those things. So
Okay.
I'm thinking about what it would look like, I guess, if I just like removed myself from one or two or even all of the groups that I'm kind of currently spreading myself across. Um,
Okay.
so that's one of the things I think. Um, I think another one would be to make sure I'm communicating with my family and kind of
Okay.
letting them know like where I'm at, and like um in a way for them to maybe hold me accountable. I could tell them, hey, I'm gonna be working on this project for 1 hour, and then afterward come get me, and wherever I'm at, I'm gonna stop so that we can spend some time together.
That's a good one.
Hmm. And I think that maybe another task that I could do um, would be maybe just like, sheesh, I don't know. Uh, Maybe every week kind of getting more organized and like making a list of some of the things that I have on my plate, and then like maybe organizing them like with a level of like what's the most important thing that must get done, and kind of doing like it like that.
Yeah, kind of prioritizing. Are you good at making lists? Like, do you kind of come back through and look at them, or you just write them once and kind of done?
What I've been doing is kind of writing a list and trying to like pin it up in front of where I work at, like my workstation, for when I study. So that gives me a good idea. In the past, I've kind of like looked at it and then been like, oh, okay. And then the next day being like, oh crap, I didn't do it. And that's maybe how I was having it arranged on the board, but I think if I put it like this is the number one thing that needs to be done and maybe a due date or something, it might be more helpful. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. And then if you were to let go of some activities, going back to the first one that you explained, what would that look like? How would you do that?
I think that I would maybe just like send them some emails or something like that and just kind of talk to them about how I think that their with their missions and stuff are really, really awesome and that I would really love to be a part of them, but I come like I don't know, maybe I've got a lot going on in my personal life and I need to take some steps back and not be a part of it at the moment. And so that kind of like leaves a door open, but also like removes me immediately from like obligations towards those groups. So,
Yeah, and that would be a good one. We've talked a lot about prioritizing, and that's prioritizing yourself, is letting other people go. Thanks for this opportunity. I
mhm,
have to take care of myself right now.
yeah,
So prioritizing yourself is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You got to
yeah.
take care of yourself and your family and things that are important to you. So out of the three little baby steps that we discussed, maybe sending emails, letting go of some activities, communicating with your family. Hey, I have to work on this for 1 hour. Come get me in an hour and then we'll play, have family time, or prioritize and make a list of things to keep you organized. Of those three things, what do you think is something that you can do? So next time we meet, I can ask you how it went. Which one do you think you would like to do?
I think that as scary as it seems, I think that email really helps with that like face-to-face interactions. And because I'm a remote student anyway, like I think that emailing maybe 1 to 3 groups that I'm involved in and letting them know that I just can't participate right now might be the easiest thing. It might take the immediate burden of all of this extra stuff off of me so that I can get to the rest of that. So I think that that's probably the one thing that I would probably try to do this coming up week.
That one to send some emails. Okay. Yeah, and that'll be a good one and hopefully kind of just relieve that stress. So going into the holidays and the break, you can have some good family time.
Yeah, that's
Would
exciting.
you, I understand you're very busy. Would you want to come back for another session? How often would be good for you to come back?
I think that with the holiday coming up, it's going to be a busy one and finals, but I would like to revisit maybe in like 2 weeks if that's
2 weeks.
possible. Hmm.
Yeah, that sounds great. 2 weeks. Okay, so it sounds like you do have a lot going on, and I will look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks and hearing about how your emails went and how your finals went and your time with your family. So thank you for meeting with me. It was kind of rushed, but thanks for working hard and getting those good questions and numbers thrown out at me. And thank you so much.
Thank you
I
so
look
much,
forward to
Ray.
seeing you in 2 weeks.
All right, we'll see you then, Ray.
Thank you.
Bye.